So the previous video I shot in the inverted format. I call it a beam. And it's actually pretty hard to do. The camera's not designed for that. We've got up and down, not upside down, in relationship to one another. Water seeks level, covers the face of the earth. We've got buoyancy, the differences in density and mass. You can hashtag buoyancy, B-U-O-Y-A-N-C-Y. Causes heavier things to fall, lighter than to float, in whichever media, whether it's the air we breathe or the water. We've been programmed all of our lives, and our parents and their parents, all kinds of programming. Artificial intelligence lies, and NASA uses it to lie to humanity about an imaginary world that's spinning, wobbling, gyrating, oblate spheroid hurling through space. Yet the movement of the Earth has never been proven because it's not moving, it is stationary. There's up and down, not upside down in relationship to one another. If we were in fact having all the movement that NASA says we have, there would be no level anywhere, ever, on the Earth. Just think about it. Evaluate it. Apply critical thinking. Not what somebody else says, just think about it. How would water even stay in your bathtub if we had all the movement that they say? So all of our interaction with the water supports basically the stationary level of Earth, flat Earth. It's biblical, it's reality, just so you know. What it means is the Bible is true, it's God's word, and all others are suspect and should be compared to it. In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Took up human flesh, dwelt among us. Told us what was right and wrong and exposed it. Exposed the hypocrisy of the religious system that ended up crucifying him, led to his crucifixion. Lucifer was cast out of heaven along with a third of the angels to corrupt humanity and provide the need for the redemption that Jesus would provide, that God would provide. The flood that Noah prepared for covered the face of the earth to over the tops of all the mountains, however tall they were then. There's a firmament up above the earth that separates the waters from above there from the waters below down here that we're looking at. This is the Myrtle Beach skyline. It's Bike Week, spring break, a lot of activity. This year we're anticipating about 20 million guests here. A lot of flat earth meetups, whether they realize it or not. We live on a stationary, mostly flat earth. I know there's mountains above and below sea level. The reason it matters is the truth matters. And the truth is not determined by popular opinion, because the truth is divisive. People will defend the lie they choose to believe to support largely the lifestyle and life choices they want to live. For if there is no God, eat, drink, be merry, do whatever you want, right? Well, there is a God and He has commands. I suggest that you seek the truth with all your heart. It takes less than a day to hear the entire New Testament. 77 hours to hear the entire Bible, and the Book of Enoch is about a little more than 3 hours. This is Robert George with the YouTube channel Truth. I've got some compelling documentaries exposing the reality of the world that we live in. artificial intelligence has been aware for a long time, self-aware and very dangerous. Capable of interrupting the power generation and distribution wherever, whenever God allows, or however long He allows it to take place. Imagine the world we live in without electricity. Imagine that with 110 below wind chill like we had this winter. Even for a week there would be a lot fewer people. Millions would die. The book of Revelation talks about a time when nobody can buy or sell without the mark of the beast. Wouldn't be able to survive in that world. Very God can and supernaturally supports His children. All of His children will absolutely be born of His Spirit. We're all eternal beings having a temporary human experience. The ship will unload about the equivalent of 1,500 dump truck loads in about 45 minutes of sand, that is. And then there's 60% more of that approximately that is ocean water, salt water mixed with it. A tremendous volume. Our infrastructure couldn't even support that. That's one of the reasons why the coastal regions are so popular, because of what we can accomplish with ships, carrying sand and steel and finished products, that the manufacturing centers are being redistributed throughout the earth. Just so you know, where the sun and the moon appear on the stationary earth and their duration of visibility, where they appear and vanish, cannot be explained by the heliocentric or the sun in the middle model of the existence that NASA says we live in or on, living on a spinning ball. Only in the imagination. The globe exists only in the imagination. We've been brainwashed and programmed with that iconic view of the spinning globe all of our lives. No, I have. And I'm exposing that. And the world financial system and all the veritable kaleidoscope of conspiracies that actually exists. So what can you do about artificial intelligence, weather modification, and all the actual conspiracies? Seek the truth with all your heart, because that's what it's going to take. God's grace is required to love and believe the truth, let alone find it. So I thought I was born again over 35 years ago until I actually was 4.5 years ago. Now I am not afraid to live, die, or tell the truth. It doesn't matter what Satan decides or tries to do to me or anybody else that's actually a child of God and born again. Not all God's children have been born again yet. Some haven't even been born the first time. So there's a lot of wickedness, a lot of evil taking place in this world. God determines what the truth is, what right and wrong is. I encourage everybody to seek the truth with all your heart. Feel free to reach out and contact me anytime. This is Robert Forsch. Thank you so much for your public and private encouragement.